What's up, everybody? Antoine Miller from Camden Elite. Hope everybody is well. Today, I just wanted to go over the principles of a 2-2-1 press. I know a lot of people want to pressure the basketball and they want to do it in a zone way. 2-2-1 is probably the most common press there is. But what a lot of people don't realize is it's 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 pretty personnel driven in order for it to succeed. What I mean by that is a lot of people just want to run it and they get upset when they can't run it, right? Because it's really a simplistic defense. But what makes it work so well again is the personnel and the length behind it. All right, so I'm gonna show you a couple clips of West Tech versus Med Tech from 2016, I believe, and we'll show you why this works because of the personnel. Right now to start, so in a 2-2-1, your two top guys, they have to be long, right? If you got two midgets up there that's short, I mean, I guess it'll work if you're going against a bad team, possibly. But again, it's not a complicated defense, right? So, in order for it to work, you have to have personnel to fit it. We was fortunate enough to have personnel that fitted this year. We had two long guys. I mean, at the high school level, they were both about 6'3", and they had pretty long arms. So we preach that to be active with those arms in the passing lanes to make the passing lanes shorter, right? So it's an essential that you have long guys in order for this defense to work if you want to try it, as you see here. All right, his arms out, he got a deflection right away. Sometimes it's as simple as that. All right, length kills, guys. Length kills the passing lanes. Now, the second part of this is first you got to be long up front. All right, you want to make the windows small for this guard that has the basketball. The second part of it is the second line guys. They're the quarterbacks. All right, they're the quarterbacks. Their primary job when the ball is still above like that, take away middle. Take away middle. One man has to declare and take away middle. All right, they have to be in constant communication because this isn't one guy's job at the second line. It's both of their jobs, right? So one has to take away middle. You see everything back there. All right, so you have to be the quarterback, right? So what they do is, and they do it beautifully right here, they just transition off, right? Now, the guy that was just there, he starts creeping over because the guy with the ball is on that side. We tell all our players to declare the ball side. All right, when a ball is middle, you just have to pick it. You have to make a choice. But when a ball is on your side, you declare side. Now it's the opposite guy with the arrow's job to get middle. So it's a smooth transition. He gets middle, he gets the steal, and we off and running. All right. Again, not a complicated defense, guys, but it will work. It will work, especially a team like this. So, a rule of thumb on the second line guy, we do not ever want to give up baseline, ever, because it messes up our press, right? We want to keep everything middle, and we want the defense to just try something, right? Try to dribble the ball through the press, just make them think a little longer. They only have 10 seconds, but once we get beat baseline, it's over. But in this case, look what happened. The guy with the arrow, he comes and helps that second line man. His next rotation is to trap in the corner, right? And something about that, I have no idea why kids. I have a lot of struggles with my kids with this. They think that once the ball crosses half court, that the trap is done. Not true. Not true. As long as the trap is up the sideline, it's still a trap. Okay, it's still a trap. All right, once it gets beat middle, or if it get passes middle, then it's over. All right, but while it's up the sideline, it is still a trap, as you see with our guy with the yellow arrow there here. Now, the guy with the circle in the blue. Now, his next rotation, because he was the second line guy, right, should be directly under the basket, which he didn't go there, right? So he didn't do his job. Directly under the basket, all right? Because if this guy with the ball was looking up, somebody should have a layup. All right, so 23 is supposed to sprint directly to the basket when this rotation is made. He didn't do it, but it didn't hurt us there. Why? Because the trap was so hard and our arms was up, as they always should be. So, see, the trap was really hard, so he couldn't see anything. He got two guys open right now. The trap was so good, and the length, he couldn't see over it, right? So that's why length is so important. And we got a deflection, got the ball back. You know, you can never stop preaching the importance of length to your team. It's so important in being long with your arms and active with your arms at the entire time. Now, right here, beautiful job of the defense being disciplined. You know what I'm saying is like a lot of people, a lot of kids, they'll get excited in a press and they'll want to just not take care of their responsibilities. Right? That's the worst thing to do. You know, do your job. Do your job. All right. Don't do anybody else's job. No, do your job. So everybody is in position as they should be right now. Right. The ball's in the middle. We all ready. We sitting there ready for you. We not running up at you. We not doing any of that. We sitting there waiting for you to make a mistake, basically. Right. So as we go on, and this what will happen. Right. Look at this. So still, you got four guys in the area of the basketball. Four, right? But this is what guys will do on offense. They'll try to dribble through a trap. They get an ante, right? So, and this what could possibly happen. You know, if everybody do their job defensively, everybody make their rotations, the offense will give up the basketball, especially in high school basketball against a trap. All right. And what this guy do? Try to dribble through a trap, four guys surrounding one, and see the results. It's that easy. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. The last thing I wanted to show you right here about the 2-2-1. Now, they beat it, right? They finally beat it, right? But they got it into number 5's hands. If I recall, this guy was a sophomore at the time. Basically, he wasn't used to playing varsity basketball. Now, this is the other thing about it. Kids and some coaches think that every trap is supposed to get a turnover. Not true, right? Two other things can happen, right? The offense shoots a quick shot, which is just as good as a turnover. Essentially, that is a turnover, all right, because they're not getting to the rhythm of their offense. Or you put the ball in a guy's hands that's not used to having it, right? Again, especially at the high school level, most of the guys aren't used to scoring or having the ball in their hands. It's 1, 2, 3 guys max that's used to having the basketball in their hands a lot. You put the ball in somebody else's hands that's not used to having it, most likely you will have problems. And again, essentially, that's just as good as a turnover, right? So again, as you see right here, this guy isn't used to having the ball in his hands, and yeah, right. So, it's 2-2-1 it's a good defense. Definitely to get your team started if you wanna press. If you have a lot of bodies that you want to press with, definitely defense to start with just to change it up. Length though. Length. If you have length and really active guys, then this is a defense that could work for you. I wouldn't run it for a long period of time. It all depends on what type of competition you're going against. I've seen a lot of coaches start splitting this in the backside, which can become a problem. But again, personnel. If you have the personnel to run this, this defense will work just fine for you guys. All right. Like always, subscribe to the channel. Press the like button. Look at the previous videos that I had. I'll be doing a lot more videos in the near future on things such as this. All right. Till next time, guys.